So, planning for information system. This is chapter 3, and this is the second part. The origin of enterprise system projects is I have discussed in the previous slide that how the plan information system was originated. So, keep watching this lecture. That the system development is the process of the examining a business situation. Means what is a business and what type of business is there and how the business is working and what are the current trends that have been adopted that particular type of the enterprise system, and how can we design the system solution to improve the situation. So that is the main thing, and acquiring the human financial and information technology resources needed to develop and implement the solution as well. So the main thing is that the system development should be understood in a more specific manner by understanding the business situation, and then we have to think about that how it can be designed effectively, solution for that particular type of the situation. So acquiring the human financial and information technological resources are needed to develop and implement the solution. Definitely, humans are required, finances to be involved, and the information technology resources are also needed to develop the enterprise system. Without having these resources, we will not be able to develop the enterprise system projects as well. So the project management plays a key role, as I have told you in the previous slide, and it has been discussed in a comprehensive manner that the process of planning, organizing, integrating, and overseeing the development of IT application to ensure that the project's uh, goals have been achieved or not, and the system is implemented according to the expectation or not. The main thing is that planning, organizing, and integrating is the main thing. We have to plan effectively how we have to go through the business situation and how we have to organize the resources, and then how we have to integrate that all the resources that we have analyzed, and the overseeing the development as well. The basic key contributing is that we have to keep check and balance either the application or the project is going to be implemented according to the expectation or not, because until the expectation, the hypothesis is not in our mind, we won't be able to deliver the proper view. So project proposal is we can say it is a formal specification received to the system analyst in order to understand that this is these are the changes of the enterprise system, that you have to convert the manual system into the digital system. So a proposal for a system projects prepared for users or system analysts and submit to a steering committee for the approval. So this is the first step, that a project proposal is to be built by several people, that is known as a steering committee. Now this steering committee review should be acquired, that the steering committees should be known as that it is a group of people from various functional areas of the business that determines whether a system development project proposal is desirable and should be pursued. So main thing is that all the functional areas of the business of that particular type of the users and the stakeholders, the managers, the business owners, and the system analyst, and the computer science, and the management sciences, should have a comprehensive meeting with that particular type of the business stakeholder, that they can determine that what are the functional changes and what are the functional areas of the business that are to be keep under the critical situation, and we have to give the most expected output as well. So accordingly, the proposal is signed by the steering committee, and after that, the system analysis works start. The system analyst, the IT professional responsible for working with users to determine the system's requirement for describing the features needed in the system. The main thing is that it is an IT professional, so it can be from the management sciences from as well, because the MIS specialization is available in the management sciences. So in from that particular point of view, the IT professional is the responsible for working with the users to determine the system requirements for describing the features needed in the system. So main thing is that if a system is quite comprehensively analyzed by the IT professional, either it is from business, either community, either it is from the information technologies community. The main requirements are to be described by this designation, which is known as system analyst. Then the work starts for the design system designer. The system is to be designed by the IT professional responsible for doing the technical work of leading the system, and it is its software. That how the software will be executed. Now it is to be uh, presented before the steering committee for the review as well. So the after the approval, the programmer and the analyst are the persons who jointly responsible for determining the system requirements and developing the implementing the system as well. So both these make the codes and get it functional. So another is web developer expected to have the additional capabilities that enable him or her to use enterprise in creating the IT applications that will involve the internet company. Either they use the intranets or the extranets, the web browsers, and display of the information of the, using the browsers. So platform independent application, business application can also be developed with the help of the system analysts who are the web developers. And by using the there we have the two options. Either we have to go for the desktop applications which can be shared among the different users. For example, we have the social media application that is known as WhatsApp. We use to download the application in our mobile, and then we share the information between us. So in that way, uh, this is the application based. But if it is a browsers based, then if we are going to run on a Chrome, then we can say that if we, this is known as platform independent. Only the browser is needed. Any kind of browser will give us some sort of the attention there as well. So system development life cycle has six phases we have discussed in the slide before this, and this is from the information technology start edition, some 4% practice all slide. So problem definition, recognition, preliminary investigation should be there, system requirements should be there, and the requirements determination should be there, system design should be there, development and resources construction should be there, implementation should be there, evaluation should be there. Now if we see that from the problem definition, we have some sort of the mind map. Then we have gone through the system requirements, what is the process flow, what is the system design we have to build, and go through the user interfaces through the UML. We can design it, and then the development construction work should be done. Implementation means the when the software is going to be there are some implementation studies we will discuss in this lecture, and then the evaluation and continuous evaluation is there. So preliminary investigation, we have already seen that some of the operational feasibilities are to be conducted, then the financial and economic feasibilities and the technical feasibilities should always be there, because the operational feasibilities either it can be converted efficiently or not, and then the financial and economic, what would be the financial and economic situation, are the finances needed, then the technical persons or the technology is needed, as we have discussed in the previous slides we have to go through. So the requirement of feature must be included in the system, means any feature that has been decided by this steering committee must be included. And the requirement determination is the second phase of its system development life cycle, in which the current business situation is studied to who is involved and what type of the information is needed and how it can be taken from the current system that can be improved. So, what is, who is what doing, and what is being done, how frequently it does occur. So, these are the basic questions, and how is well. So, if we ask this, if problem exists, how serious it is, then if a problem exists, who will underline and who will address it. Now, these are the situations. Then we have to go into the system design. So we have done that preliminary conceptual design is there, the mind map should be there. Then the prototyping working model of the IT application should be there, and then the detailed physical design is would be there. That what could be the outputs, as we have seen the reports, what the reports could be generated by in this step, and we have done it. I will give you the example as well in the last. So here we have to see the where we have to realize either the system is properly designed or the prototype is working well or not. Then identify the requirements, develop the model system, then use the prototype what you have designed and evaluate it. Either it is working properly, then go ahead. Otherwise, we go into the development working model and recreate, will make the changes in the prototype and go ahead then again. So three steps in the physical design as well. The data we have to input, and then data is to be stored. Then the processing and procedure are to be examined. Either these procedures of the business logics are working properly in the inputted data and stored data, and the controls that we have given, either the customer has the access or not, or the manager has some sort of the access and the salesman has some sort of the access. Either these controls are available or not, or these are safe or not, then we have to go further away. So we have to evaluate some sort of the principal activities as well in the development, construction, acquisition of the software and services, programming, and then the testing. Testing is the main part that could be discussed, that the testing of the software of the programs to ensure that the software will not produce unexpected or the incorrected results, interruptions of the processing in that particular type of the area. Then we have to test the experimental files, use cases should be with us, and we have to go through either the software is working well or not. If system is producing the bug, then we have to go look down, as we have gone over the realization slide, that if the prototype is not working well, then we have to see the syntax and semantic logics, either they have been well incorporated or not, or either this has been fault into the initial stage, then also we have to evaluate. Then the system testing, the testing of the complete system software procedures and guidelines as we have been provided. So this is one of the programming is done, then the acquisition of the services is done, then the testing is done. If all these constructions are working well, then the IT application is to be implemented. And if it is implemented, it can be implemented by using the three strategies, whatever we choose according to the situation. The process by which the people are taught how to use a system, then site preparation activities. We have to temporarily build a situation or a site that we have to done the installation and call the users, and then users has to go through. So this is also part of the training, as well as we can test these models as well as. So the plan is also there, that a description of all activities must occur change over the system to new system. So we have to discard the old system and we have to go for the new system. And another is direct cut strategy. Both systems can be uh, seen, that a conversation plan in which people abruptly stop using the old system, immediately using the new one. So in the previous one, we had saw that there is a chance that the parallel systems can be there, but here the not any parallel system should be there. So conversational studies strategies give us lots of flexibility, but the direct cut has no flexible environment. So polite studies and parallel and phase studies could be there. The basic difference is that manual system and the digital system work together in the parallel system. In polite strategy, conversation plan in which the working version of the new system is implemented in which the group of department to test before they installed. So they have we have software engineers has to make the some of the trust upon the software, then they have to go for the implementation. And another a conversational strategy in which the plan new system is gradually means incremented approach. If there is a hospital, then we have to go for the receptionist, and receptionist data is to be incorporated, digitized, then the accounting, then the doctors, then the patients, customers, and one by one, whole the hospital is going to be, we can say that it has been digitized. So the evaluation is the last phase that we have to determine if the system can deliver the expected level of the feasibility and unusefulness to provide the anticipated benefits. Then we can say that it has given us the loads of desired information as per or some of the application as well. So evaluation is the main phase in which we have to see the continuous change, and we have to maintain the software as well, and we have to maintain the hardware, people, procedure, and everything from the IT perspective. Because until unless we are unaware, we could not be able to cope the situation. So this was all about. If you have any question, you can put your question upon.